I have things to say. Last night I went live. I had to like exercise my throat chakra. And then this morning I had another experience. And I have to exercise my throat chakra again. But there's three things I will not tell you about myself. I will not tell you my age. It's disrespectful to ask somebody's age. I will not tell you where I'm from. It's disrespectful to ask somebody where they're from. And I will not tell you about my love life. It's disrespectful to ask somebody about how they love themselves. But if you must ask me my age, I am 88. And if you must ask where I'm from, I am foreign. You can Google that. And if you must ask about my love life, I am very spoken for. Very spoken for. So spoken for. I I will not even bat your way. I don't care. I love you. I send you a mother's love, but I do not see you like that at all. It just shows me that how many mothers are just taking in two-tailed sperms, meth semen, alcoholic semen, dumb weed semen, just, acid semen. They're just taking random semen and then they're spewing out these disgusting individuals who are ill raised, who yell at them. Mothers are getting yelled at by their children, and then their children are coming out in the street and then asking inappropriate questions. Like, I've had men ask me my age. I'm like, disrespectful. Did your mother not teach you to not ask, especially a woman their age? It's disrespectful. And why are you asking my age? So that you can see if you can play with me and fondle with me? If you're asking my age, it's because you're presuming that I am underage, which means that you need to turn around and go. I am not for you. Not for you. And then the thing about where I'm from, that is just so disrespectful. If I begin to explain to you where I'm from, then I'm gonna have to explain your history, and then you're gonna start getting like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Yes, you did know. Why are you asking me where I'm from? Why is that your business? Why is that your purpose? Why are you asking me where I'm from? Can you tell me? Can you tell me about where I'm from if I even told you? Tell me about, I want to know at least five facts about where I'm from you, after I say where I'm from, so that you can feel satisfied and I can feel satisfied too. You're asking me where I'm from. It's none of your business where I'm from. Some people like to do a little cover code and say, no, it's because of your accent. I don't care. Everybody has an accent as long as they talk with a certain way. It's the way the tongue goes in the mouth. It goes up, side to side, whatever it does. That's what an accent is. Stop trying to cover your little misdealings, your little needy, greedy ways by saying, I was just asking because I like your accent, or I like that. I don't care. I don't care about what you like. I care about what I like. I give myself so much love because I never got any love from everybody that I've met. And I've always been spewing out love. I spew it, spew it, spew it, spew it, spew it, spew it, and then I don't get anything back. So now I had literally started loving myself a year ago. And I give myself so much love that I don't care about your little sweet, fast passions. To me, that's just pathetic. Just a thrill, okay? And then lastly, about my love life, I'm spoken for. Before I came into this flesh, I literally looked at somebody and said, baby, I will always come back to you. And then I'm pretty sure it was in 2022, I met him, and he's come to my house, okay? He's come to, well, my apartment when I had my apartment. Before I let everything in my life go, I guess, a new flow. But he's come to my house, apartment. He knows who he is. And he has literally Carlos Santana and made the waterworks flow. So you have nothing on him. Nothing on him. Okay, there's nothing that you can offer me that he doesn't have. Okay? And then also, like last year, he told me, I don't want you. Last year he was just like, I don't want you, man. But he didn't say he didn't like me. So I said, okay, baby, no problem. I see you in your little, Gemini phase, whatever it may be. Protect your little shell, whatever it may be. I don't care. I said, forever and always, in this universe, in every universe, in this universe, into the next, infinity and beyond. I literally will wait for you. I don't care. Like, you get to evolve as much as I got to evolve. And this amazing light being literally allowed me the space to go inside and learn about myself. There is nothing, no XY in this universe, in this galaxy, that will make me forget about that. I will remember that always. He's my one and true. I'm conserving all my love and giving myself all the love that I have now, so that when he comes back, because I know he'll be back. I know this. He didn't say he didn't like me. He just got a little bit flustered or whatever. But whatever, it just got a little too serious for him, because I was like, well, I didn't know you liked me like that. I thought we are just fooling around, you know what I mean? Because the first time I saw you, I knew. I was like, oh my gosh, wow, this is the man. This is the man I'm going to be walking down the aisle for. But I'm not into marriage or anything like that. I'm into commitment. I'm into like a long, let's just commitment. So I was like, oof, I finally found him. It's so hard, like, to find that person that you promise yourself for the whole entire universe. You get to meet all these bums, all these crumbs, and you just have a little fun because you're practicing so you can get perfect for him. But yeah, that's who I'm, like, forever and always. When my eyes close, if I'm laying next to anybody that's not him, I am not happy. And also, if you presume that you can change my mind, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've never cheated in my life. I stopped dating in the 8th grade because I figured, I was like, wow, this love is just weird, the way people are loving each other. Bye. So, the last boyfriend I ever had was a month long. My second boyfriend was a week long in the 8th grade. I dated two men in the 8th grade, not at the same time. It's my first time ever dating. I've only had 2 boyfriends in my life. Well, like 2.5, because technically I had like a half one, but it wasn't really full. But I always was just kind of like, I have like specific thing, desire that I need, that I know that I would myself. And it's like, if you're not offering it to me and you're next to me, and it's not valuable for me. So, I make sure that I do not keep anything around me that I'm not entertained by. Mm, 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 mm. So yeah, I'm definitely spoken for. I do send love, and I do love giving out love. But at the end of the day, like, you're not the man that I have promised my whole ever spirit to. And one thing is, people like to say, like, let me change you, let me change your mind, let me change your mind. Nah, I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to cheat on you. If you're not him, I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to cheat on you, and I'm going to tell you how many times I'm going to be walking out the door. And I told you, I'm not interested. You over here trying to do all these everything like a little rat, building mazes so that you can keep over here trap me. But I told you, until he gets it all together, I'm not getting touched by nobody. 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 I am holding on this beautiful Virgo spirit of keeping this virgin body still. Because when I met him, he knew what I was. I was in my succubus phase, for sure. I was just slaying. I was just slaying all day. All day, I was just like, you're coming here for one reason and one reason only, and after you're done, you're leaving. I'm not getting off of the bed. You close the door. Thank you. Appreciate you. Lock the bottom lock. Before this beautiful being left me and he said that he didn't want me, which is okay. I'm totally okay with it now, because I know he's coming. But before he left me, oh yeah, I know he's coming, because right before he freaking left me, like, I think it was like 2 days or 3 days before, we were all talking like romantically, all beautifully. And he was telling me that, like, oh yeah, I've never met a pum pum like yours. Your pum pum got a hold on me. I know. He remembers. He remembers when he opened the door and he saw me, and he was like, oh. And what you said, you're like, I said, you're leaving. And you said, touche. Remember that? So I know you'll be back, you know? It's just a matter of time. Totally fine. I'm like evolving. And the most beautiful thing is that I get to evolve and give out love through the connection that I have with you. So that just means that I get to just, I have like a little basket full of just love I'm collecting. Just beautiful, all these beautiful things that I love. So that when you come back, I'm just going to give you that basket. And say, look what I gave you, baby. While you were gone and doing your little thing, because I know you got to do your little thing, I got you a basket full of love. You don't have to worry about it. It's the one from above, you know? But yes, so let me play a little music for you. Let me smoke a little bit, and then let me play with the doggy, and then I'll come back and talk about this twat I met. I met a twat. Ugh. I've been meeting so many twats lately, you know, and this is specifically for XXs, XX genes, women, females. This is for you. Because at the end of the day, I know that sometimes women manipulate and move in a way because they know they can't, the men cannot say certain things to them or do certain things to them because they're being hidden behind their little feminine womanness. Mm-mm-mm. I'm the woman who speaks up for men. I do three things. I protect women, feminine energy. I protect men, masculine energy. And I protect children, the new generation. That's what I do. I will cuss out a succubus. I will cuss out a warlock. And I will cuss out a disrespectful child. Just like that. And right now I'm going to be cussing out women who are succubus. Not women who are feminine. Women who are succubus twats. Alright? And I'm going to try and do that without cussing, saying curse words. I'm just going to tap into your that magnetic energy that you feel like other people don't know about, that I know about. I'm going to tap into it. I'm going to go into source. And I'm going to remind you who you are. And I'm going to remind you why you bleed. And I'm going to remind you why a man will always be the king. And I'm going to remind you why a man's strength will always outrule you. But I'm also going to remind you, the beautiful, gorgeous, feminine women who are hearts of gold, how to stand up for yourself in 2026 because the bots are out, okay? I'm going to remind you how to pick yourself back up in a positive way and not be fed on by these succubus energy sucking. They're not even souls. What do they call? Twats. Okay? Repeat it, Mia. All right. I knew it. I knew you were going to be wrong. There we go. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. If I have silver, why won't gold? Why won't gold? Silver is. I'll be back. And then I'll read another chapter for you. I So I have this grinder, right? And it's Donald Trump. And so I was like looking at it for a second and I was just like, this picture is a pretty magnificent picture, isn't it? You got the American flag, you've got the two heroes, the male and the female, and you've got the father, the Holy Father right there, holding the hand right there. And he looks so majestic, like he is fighting, like he's winning. So let's dive deep into the little rabbit hole a little bit, because I like to dive deep, like the ocean floor. Let's go 6%. Let's see how far can we go. Let's go 6%. So you only know 5%. There's a whole 94 more we gotta go. But they say that there are these beings that created this atmosphere that we live in, meaning like they put it like a little rainbow of cloud effect, and there is like a king of father up there. And right now, what that picture is of Donald Trump is like he's a challenger. He's challenging that, and the king may be called, Anu, and then his soldiers may be called, the one who was challenging may be called, Enlil, and then he may have devised the earth into four sectors: east, west, south, north, and given it to certain certain back, because the challenges are challenging. That's all I have to say. The challenges are challenging. Okay, that's it. Because this phone just reconnecting when I start saying certain things. But okay, I respect your throat chakra. Okay. So, and what I can say is that the best way for hearts of gold to protect themselves at this very moment, because at the end of the day, um, silvers are coming for everything, for energy, for everything, sucking up everything. Like, the best way you can protect yourself is by always remaining true to yourself, is remaining within the light and everything. Because at the end of the day, it is more than just mechanical play. It is fogging of the brain. It is all of that. It is all the fogging of the brain, and it's making you like go insane. But you just have to remember that you are light. You are one too strong to fight. They will never, ever, ever, ever have this light of that you have in life inside your spirit. Okay? And now I can go into my conversation about TWATs, since I guess this is not gonna reconnect because I'm talking about some that's releasing energy. Sheesh. Well, I'm gonna do it, release it my way, because everybody's feeding on energy. Let the energy feeding begin. Let's see who has the pituitary gland in hand. You know what I mean? So, anyways, um, twats evolved from Inanna. Twats evolved from Inanna. Okay, so let me tell you about an experience that I had with a twat. Okay, this morning, early this morning at like 4:46 or 4:40. I checked the clock too. In the morning AM, I was out dashing because I am working on my care packages, and I'm also doing donations, which means that people can donate and sow their seeds. But I'm gonna make it either way so that at the end of the day, I'm making sure that I'm getting all this thing, because what I want to do is what I'm going to bring is I'm going to bring basic essentials, so toothbrush and toothpaste. I'm gonna bring diva cups because they're easier for women to bleed when they're bleeding. And I'm also gonna bring like toys, but not like plastic. So like toys like, like coloring pencils, notebooks, Legos. I would love to bring some Legos down. That would be really, really nice. Even though they're like plastic, but like Legos that make into like sculptures, the bougie ones. So I'm gonna work really, really, really hard to get that. But anyways, I went to go pick up a DoorDash, and I was really excited having stuff. And I'm like, good morning. I'm walking to the store and I'm looking for the stuff and everything like that. And then like I walk up to the front to go check out, and the customer service lady was just completely rude for no reason. And I'm like, oh no, I do not invite energy that has not worked on themselves into my energy. So I had to remind her. I had to say, girl, you want me right now, because she's a succubus twat. Let me tell a story before this story so that you can know the type of person that I am. I said I fight for women. I fight for feminine women. I fight for masculine men. I fight for children, which is our future. I literally will not fight for succubus. I will not fight for warlocks, and I will not fight for children who are disrespectful. So in college, it was probably my sophomore year in college or maybe my freshman year in college. I um I were at a party, those college house parties, just it's lots of freaking children doing children stuff in a room in a little freaking apartment that's super small. But anyways, I had a friend next to me on the football team because I played soccer. So the football team and the soccer players got along because we did our athletic events very similar, and also our training was very similar, and we ate around the same time. So at the end of the day, we were doing a lot of the same things, so we knew each other very, very well. And one of my friends, he had been with this, I want to say, Gooferschleifen. Whatever Rose says, it's the exact moment when poo turns white. He had been with this girl, and this girl was getting in his face and getting all rah rah with him just because he's a man and he can't do anything. Just because he's a male, he can't do anything because of all the rules about men having to control themselves around women. And so he's over here just eating all these words this girl is over here telling him. And I heard it and I was just like, oh no. Well, time to go apex. So I got up and I stood right in front of Will and I looked at this girl in her eyes and I said, talk to me. Don't talk to Will, talk to me. What is it? And I read this girl up and down and let her know. And she was backing up as I was talking to her. You don't get to come and talk to my male counterparts like you just gonna flap your gums for what reason? You don't get to just come and destroy and belligerate how you say again? When you bring somebody down, belligerate? You belligerate. No. I think it is belligerent. I'm pretty sure the word is belligerent. You don't get to act, I'm going to say belligerent then. You don't get to act belligerently around men as a woman who is just out here like acting like a succubus. You don't get to do that. So that's the kind of person I am. I stood in front of her and just like, yeah. And then she backed up and sat down. And I was like, you're not going to talk to the men that I respect like this. You're not going to talk to my men like this. My men will not talk to you like this. I stood right in front of this guy. I said, Sally, talk to me. I talked back. This girl, that day, he never had a problem with her. Never. You just have to read a girl up and down. Let her know. So anyways, the relationship, the situation that I got in this morning was this girl was just being a twat. She was just being absolutely rude for no reason. I don't know why she was being rude. So I just had to read her. I had to let her know, girl, I can see your 3 stomachs. I know what you ate. I know that before you came to work, and it is 4:46 right now, and I have to deal with you. But I have to let you know that I know that before you came to work, you ordered and you stayed in line for Starbucks. I know how you treat your gut. I know you don't have intuition. I know that. I know that you struggle finding love because no one actually wants to give it to you. Because look at you. You don't even love yourself to put the right ingredients in your body. That's why I see 1, 2, 3 folds. You don't get to walk around with folds as women and think men just get to respect you. You don't even respect your body. Women who are fat and pudgy saying like, oh, respect me, I'm not fat, I'm thick. No, thick or hippopotamus. You're obese. You've been in one too many drive-thrus. You ordered an extra large. You said supersize my fries. You don't get to get away with that just because you want everybody to see you for the way that you want to see yourself. But every time you look in the mirror, you don't agree. No, I'm going to tell you exactly what you see in the mirror right now. Little succubus twat. And then she over here, you know what she did? She's like, I'm going to call the police and get you transpassed. I said, call the police. Call them right now. So then we can actually, matter of fact, we don't even have to explain it. We can show them the video. Asking you, you know what? You are going to get fired on the spot today. That's what's going to happen. And she's like, I don't even like my job. And I'm like, and that is why you're going to get fired, girl. Why are you over here like handing out so much hate? I didn't do hate. And one thing about it is I will match women's energy with their energy. Men's energy, I don't match it. I respect men a lot. And I know, and I can see that a lot of men sometimes are going through a lot of phases where like maybe their heads are down because they're just pondering a lot. Men always have to be getting something so that they can grow and build a good, big empire for you, twat. Sitting at home, eating bonbons, your second fold of stomach is already folding you and zipping another button. You think you can come out here and disrespect other women looking the way you do? Let me tell you about another one too. Another one I had to check. This one I was at work, so I couldn't really actually do what I really wanted to do and check my tongue to that silver snake. Anyways, I was at work for Amazon and I was delivering, I think maybe like 3 years ago or something like that, maybe 3, 4 years ago, maybe 3.5. But I was delivering at Amazon and this girl was just like, oh my gosh. And you know when you're delivering at Amazon and you gotta go to the lockers and you're just dragging the the bag Amazon, and I'm pretty sure I remember the color, it was yellow too or green. But anyways, I was dragging this bag and this girl was over here trying to, and oh yeah, let me tell you her ethnicity because it really matters which type of women actually try to go at me, the ethnicity wise. You know, I've had women on all ethnicities go for me and I'm like, are you mad? Are you mad that this can represent no rapage? This this beautiful skin that I have, never touched by the French, the German, the British, the English, which is basically the same thing, the Americans, never touched. Never touched. You mad at that? So anyways, let me tell you, this girl's ethnicity, she was East Indian. She looked a little like me, but she was a little bit, a little Indian, a little different, more East Indian, a different sun. You know what I mean? Because I'm an island sun. She's a different kind of sun. She's that Asian sun, that photosynthesis sun, that caste system sun, the untouchable sun. But anyways, so I was in the elevator and she's like, you have to use the other elevator. And it was 2 elevators. The other one wasn't opening or waiting. And that was the one that opened. And I had been there and I was waiting for the elevator and I had clicked it. And she came in. She's like, she got into the elevator and she's like, you gotta use that elevator. And I got into the elevator with her and I clicked where I needed to go. And she's over here sassing and everything like that. And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, girl, you are not a breath. You are not worth the breath. Because I'm thinking like, girl, you see me in my Amazon outfit and you think it can't get crazy? You think I can just take off my Amazon outfit and cuss you out and remind you that your mother expected you to come out the way you did? I believe that all twat women who move with rage, manipulation, hate, who are just angry and bitter for no reason, all pissy women, I know exactly what their mother was doing when they created you. She was in dog position. Your dad mistaken the beautiful flower for the stink position. That's why you stink with your little stink attitude. Ew. Ew. A woman with a stink attitude is disgusting because you know she cannot wash herself properly. Disgusting. You know a woman has to wash herself extra, extra special because we have folds, unlike men. You know, if men didn't go through that traumatic experience of mutilation, you know, right at birth, then of course they have to pull back the mushroom cloud a little bit and then clean it out, you know, of course. But the thing is though, a woman who has a stink attitude, no, you know exactly what else stinks, like mildew. I do not stand women who have stink attitude towards especially other women. Because ew, you cannot even be a good mother. Men who take women who have stink attitudes, let me tell you something about your children. They will not be raised lovingly. A mother who has stink attitude towards other people cannot love other people. That's the mother that says, oh my gosh, I'll need my children matter. So they never do any donations, they never give, and there's never any prosperity in your home. You see why your home is deteriorating? Because she doesn't give. She's a twat. She's from Inanna. She's a twat. Okay? Don't get played by these succubus ways. You know? And I know I haven't even said a bad word. That's pretty great. And then, oh yeah. Yeah, that was basically it. Then I completed my delivery because I was like, girl, not this untouchable. Not this untouchable trying to talk to me. And then recently, another East Indian girl, like East Indian girls just have problems with the way I look, but not their men. East Indian men always tell me all the beautiful things and they speak like the gods that they embody. I love East Indian men. They are so beautiful. I love the way they speak. I love everything about East Indian men. But East Indian women who have a stink attitude, girl, ain't nobody trying to get your man. Ain't nobody trying to get your man. That's why he's with you. Your little stinky ass attitude. He eats scabs, bro. He eats his scabs. That's disgusting. A man who eats his scabs, yuck. What is that? Anybody who eats their scab, they like to be in pain. They like to see that flesh. Because you know what's under a scab? That green pudginess under it. That green pudge that's underneath the scab. A person, oh, yuck. I remember when I was in school, it was in 7th grade. Oh, so disgusting. I have to bring this memory up. 7th grade or 6th grade. I'm pretty sure it was 6th grade. Oh, yuck, 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 yuck. I saw this girl, she was eating her scabs. She was eating her scabs, and I couldn't stop watching. She's doing it again. So women with stink attitude eats their scabs. That's just the way it is. Women with stink attitude eats their scabs. That's why they all here are stinky. And you know why they're all mad? They're a slut. They are a slut. S-L-U-T. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Because you know how sometimes men, when you find yourself saying, what? You screwed him? And him, and him, and him, and him, and him, and him? Oh my gosh. You're just a compost, aren't you? You're just a post that any man can pass through, and you do that, huh? You know, when you realize that, it's because her mother was the same thing. Her mother does the same thing. Golden Girl, she said her mother was a slut too. Can't. Slutty girls, slutty girls, slutty girls. Yuck, yuck, yuck. It is not the aura or the era for slutty girls no more. You can't cook. You can't clean. You can't even raise children. What can you do, slutty girl? What can you do? Selling vagina. Selling vagina. Ugh. You know, some women would rather sell their vagina than actually work a job. If you've gotten to the point where you will not put in an application and you'd rather open your legs and say, people, $25? I know a girl who, because she could not pay her house bill, she flew to a man's house, and I'm not sure if he paid her a $30,000 bill or anything below, but man, you sell your pum pum for a comma or two, even 3 commas. You sell your pum pum, that's just dishonorable. Because you know what? He's looking at you as he's the hammer, you're the nail. Ooh. He's just applying wood. Pop, 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 pop. Ugh. There's no woman on this earth that can talk to me. Ugh. In any way, because I know exactly what your mother was doing. I know exactly what your mother is doing, and I know exactly what your father was thinking when he was doing that to your mother. Eh? You came out stinky, pungy. You'll never grow out your ways. You know? We do not allow succubus women to speak out of place. We do not let that happen. You may have a pum pum, but it stinks, baby. You know, you could say something like, the pum pum smell like the bottom of the ocean, but no, nobody knows what the bottom of the ocean is. That's why we only have 5% of the ocean known. You gotta get a little bit deeper. But the thing is, though, nah, her pum pum and her breath smells like the bottom of a porta potty, bro. Ew. And her fingernails, her hands, she smell like, not outside, but she smells like the back of your earring. The ones that has the back on it, the ones that you attach the back, not this one, not that one, but the one that one, yeah. You smell her fingers and it smells like that, and you're like, girl, ew, ew. We do not tolerate women who sell their pum pum for commas. We do not tolerate women who their mothers was a slut, just like they are a slut. We don't tolerate women who have stinky attitudes. Mm-mm. Especially towards other women, because you'll never be a good mother. You'll never be a good mother. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Do I have any other? Oh, I have another one. I have another girl who, oh my gosh, I thought she was so beautiful. I was like, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so, 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 so beautiful. I just think you're so beautiful, perfectly made. And her little hair was perfect. When she put it up, it would be like a little Barbie tail. Like, like a little, um, the little horses, my little ponies. Yeah, she was just so perfect and everything. And then I found out how malicious she was. I found out that she held so much negative energy inside that she was chasing a quick ring. She just wanted a quick ring. It didn't matter if she even knew the person. Isn't that a shame? Women who just chase the ring, don't even know the person, and now you're getting domestic violence. You're like, I don't know. Yes, you know. You chose him for his pockets, and now you didn't even get to know his mentality or his temperament. And now you're like, why is he gets like this in May? He's a bull. He's a bull. He's gonna react. You better have learned how to control and tame that bull, neuter that bull, maybe. Shit. That's like about it. That's all I really want to say, to be honest. But yeah, this is my time. I will not tell you my age. If you want to know, it's 88. I will not tell you where I'm from. If you must know, I am foreign. I will not tell you about my love life. If you must know, I'm spoken for, highly spoken for. I'm so spoken for. I'm so excited to have him. I could spend so many times talking about him. I've written so many poems about him. I just love him. I love him so much. I love him so much. I love waiting for him. Waiting for him makes me super, super happy. I love him. There's nothing above him. I will never give up on him. I love him so, so, so much. I love him. He's my forever. He's just perfectly made. He's just perfect. He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. A perfect design. And I love the time that I've spent away with him because it's giving me a lot of time to recognize, do I love him? Is it lust? And when I figured out it wasn't lust, it's love, I started going deep a little bit more into that. And I said, okay, well, what kind of love is this? Is it like a brother's love? Is it like a platonic love? I'm pretty sure they mean the same thing. Is it a romantic love? Is it like, a love that's like, I will cheat on you later. This is just for the butterflies. And then I was like, and then like a year later of just pondering just on our love, I'm still deeply in love. So then I'm just like, okay, so it's that. So I put a little check on all the little things that I see to recognize what kind of love, so that I know what kind of basket I'm growing, so that when he does come, I'm able to feed him the right way that he needs. Because I've totally changed as an individual. I've gone full blown out vegan. I had told him before I didn't want children. And he had told me, yeah, I have to have a child. And then I was like, we can talk about that. But that was before he told me, I don't want you. Anyways, but now I'm like, all I want is like, I've just been imagining like 7 to 11 babies with him. I want to give him babies, all of my eggs. I want him to just fertilize all my eggs, scientifically. That's all I want from him. And so I'm going to make sure that everything is Gucci over here, so that when he comes over here, it's going to be amazing. It'll be like a plasma effect. But yeah, I love him so much. I love him. We've only spent like 3 hours total together too. That is, when I was younger and I would watch those Prince Charming movies, I would be like, yeah, I'm definitely waiting for my Prince Charming. Until I got to high school, it was my junior year in high school or something like that. Then I was just like, oh my gosh, what if I marry a man and I don't like him because he can't satisfy me? Ah! So then I was like, okay, I've changed my plans. I decided I do not want to regret anything. And then I was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. And then, so then that was super amazing. And then, And then the first person I ever laid with, I had to make sure that I wasn't gonna regret anything. So we were like coupled up for a whole year before I ever let anything happen like that. There was other things that happened, but anything specific with that intimacy that came into everything, I waited for a whole year. We got to know each other for a whole year. Because when I was younger, I was a prude. Prude. I wasn't smoking. I wasn't doing nothing. I was like school and soccer. That's it. School, soccer, sleep. School, soccer, sleep. Oh yeah, SSS. But anyways, um, so yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna regret it. Until this day, I didn't regret it because I was doing it out of love, and I really loved this man in that moment that I was with him, and he brought me a lot of laughter. We had a lot of fun. Our families would play games together. We'd go over and have great time. So I definitely appreciate that kind of love that I got from him. So whether or not I ever had like a boyfriend, that people like to say, because they say that my 1 month relationship wasn't enough. And I say, yeah, it was. A week was hard. ah, you want to know about my first boyfriend? My first boyfriend that I had a crush on him for like a year and a half. And when I was like in 8th grade and 7th grade and 5th grade, well, I had crushes on boys for like 4+ years, 5 years, 3 years. And after a year, if I didn't like him anymore, I got bored. I moved on to a different crush, and I just never told them. What? I just like to look at them from above. From me. Wait, I said from above. I just like to look at them linearly and just be like, they're so beautiful, I love, that. So my first boyfriend, he was French, and his father spoke French, and his mother, I'm pretty sure, spoke French. But he played the same position as me in soccer. He was a grade older than me, and I had a crush on him. Oh, so beautiful. And so then, like, I don't know what happened, if he found out I liked him or something, but because I know I didn't say anything. I will go on years and not tell you I like you. But I didn't say anything, but something happened, and we were boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't even know how it happened. How we got to be boyfriend and girlfriend. That is a dream I must go into. So, anyways, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. And after a week, maybe like we boyfriend and girlfriend, 3 days into a boyfriend and girlfriendness, we went to the movies. We went to go see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And it was so amazing. And oh my gosh, here's one thing about me. I'd gotten out of soccer training. And so and I didn't have a car. Of course, back in the days, you don't have a car like that. So I had no car. So I had to run from training or bike. I had bike from training to my house, quickly shower. And I had picked out my outfit the day before that I was going to wear, so I didn't have to worry about it. And then was late to our date, bro. And I had to run from the house to him because I don't think I could get the bike or something. Maybe there was a flat tire or something. I don't know. But I had to go from my house, which was like if I was walking, 30-minute walk. But if I was jogging, like a 10, 15-minute. No, yeah, 10, 15. If I was walking, yeah, like that. Maybe 40-minute walk. But anyways, so I went to our date, and I was a little sweaty in my forehead after I even showered and stuff. And I had to get him, and I had to say, I forgot my money at my house. And that was so embarrassing for me because I do not like people paying for me. And I don't like people giving me their money without me giving their money back. So I was like, oh my gosh. And he's like, oh, no problem, I'll pay for you. And then so that should have been the first red flag. He should have already been expecting or whatever. So then we went into the theater, and it was only us in the theater. And I was like, I was in 8th grade. And so we're watching Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And then he started doing all that, romantic sign by like putting his hand on the cup thing. Like he wanted me to touch his hand, grab his hand. Ugh, no, bro. There's no intimacy. Relax next to me, bro. That's all you get to do. Watching a movie. I'm enjoying it because the girl is bouncing in the Jello house. Why is this guy bothering me over here? And he's over here. Then he did that thing, but not too, because he knew I'd figure it out. So he just kind of, and then he put his little hand up next to me, and I could feel his little hand on the side just shaking the whole time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and not him doing it. Ugh. And then we got to, after the movie ended, like he wanted to, like when we're standing outside waiting for his dad to pick us up, in his car. He wanted to like hug me, and I was like, oh my gosh. And he wanted to hug face to face, and I was like, oh my gosh, why? And so we're hugging face to face, and I was like this, like in his chest, and then he was like holding me like this, and then his dad finally came, and I was like, oh thank God. Is he even telling this story? My heart is throbbing because I was like, ugh. And then we got in the car. Oh, and he was holding my hand, and then I could feel how flaky and dry his hand was, and I was like, absolutely not. And then so then like I got to my house after he dropped me. I was like, thank you. And then I said, bye, bye. And I got to the house and I had to contemplate. And I got to my room and then I put a big X on that one. And I said no. So then I think the night of I called his house. I have 7% left, so I gotta tell this story really fast. Ring the bell, ring it. And then nobody's picking up. So then I had to call back again an hour later because I didn't want to be annoying. So then I called and then his mother picked up the phone. And I was like, hi, can I please talk to da-da-da? And she already knew we were dating because he told people things. I don't tell people anything, but he told people that we were dating. And then so his mother already knows. He's like, oh, you want to talk to? And I was just like, yes, please. And then she was just like, oh, he's not here right now. He's at band practice. And I was just like, okay, do you think that when he comes back, you can tell him to call me? And then she was just like, oh, yes, definitely, absolutely. I said, thank you. And then when he called me, he was like, hi. And I heard you wanted to talk to me. And I was like, yeah. I want to break up. I don't see you like that. I just see you as a friend. I thought I liked you like that, but I just like you as a friend. And then he stayed on the phone for like maybe a minute or two or three. And I was like, hello? And he was like, yeah. And I said, did you hear me? And he said, yeah, I heard you. I was like, okay, thank you. Bye. And I hung up the phone. And then when I was on Facebook the next day, his best friend, who's older than him, I don't even know why, but I'm pretty sure they played in the band together. He said I broke his heart. It was a week-long relationship, bro. I didn't break your heart. And then my second boyfriend, that was a month long. And we met at church camp. I had already liked him. I was so beautiful. He played the violin. I was like, oh, he's a player. And we were at a camp, which was only the children went, church camp. And then it was only of the few adults that was a chaperone. And we were in the cabin, and it was time for the children to just hang out and play because we had dinner. And then like we were all playing all these little games into the center, and then my cousin told him I liked him, and I was all embarrassed, and I was like, no, I got all embarrassed, so I ran away. I ran away. I got up and I just left. And then she was running back, no, Fuzzy, he likes you too. And I was like, no. I ran to the bathroom and I locked the door and I closed myself in the door. And I wouldn't let anyone in. And then she's knocking on the door and she's knocking on the door. She's like, Fuzzy, he likes you too. And can I come in? Please, 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 I have something good to tell you. And then I opened the door and then she told me, and I was just like, bro, don't tell him. Don't tell anybody I like them, bro. I don't like when people tell people I like them. Bro, let this be. Let this marinate, bro. I had been liking him maybe for probably like 6+ months. So I didn't like that. And so it really irritated me. And so like whatever. And then she said like he liked me. And then like I slowly came out of the place and I went to go see him and I had my face and whatever. And then we were making out underneath the piano. We were making out, having lots of fun. And then after a month, like, of us chilling and everything like that, and my phone's at 3%, so I'm about to go. But after a month of us like chilling, then we hadn't talked to each other for a little bit. It was kind of like a mutual breakup, to be honest. And then like I had been trying to get a hold of him, I'm pretty sure. And then like he wasn't picking up the phone call. And I was like, bro, pick up the phone call. I'm just trying to break up. I don't want this anymore. I don't like this. Because after band camp, we didn't really talk. We kind of maybe like talked twice on the phone. And that was it. And I was like, But it was like summer camp too. So it wasn't even anything. And so finally he picked up the phone and then his friend like said like, oh yeah, he wants to break up. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's what I want to do too. So yeah, definitely. That was nice. And ever since I decided, peace out. But yeah, I met my forever and always. I'm so grateful. Thank you, universe, for sending him physically my way. I appreciate you so much. I understand now that we needed to pull back with each other so that we can come back like magnet. And I appreciate if I, not if, this universe, with all the things that I will be doing for this universe, which I'm grateful for. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you have anointed me so that I can do what I need to do. With all of that, with all that physical, romantic love within this sphere, not for me right now, that's okay. I'm totally okay with that because I'll meet you another time. We'll be traveling together in our dreams and have a thing. But anyways, my phone is gonna die 2%. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ciao. Oh, love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. And remember, I love me more.